Hi, hello. I'm starting off the video like this. Last time I got this meal, I got the bird, and I didn't want that. So we'll see what we get this time. See? No. Bro. Other only one that I didn't want. Shit. I did want to actually try the meal though, so I'm not that mad, but damn it, bro. I'm never buying this shit again.
You look very lovely.
Really?
Sure.
Alright, next day, or whenever I'm recording this, I'm in my car again, and I just had my last day, like proper last day. So yeah, 1 year done. Stupid courses, all that shit, finally done. So I just went to go watch the screening, because they had a little screening of everyone's like animation and stuff. Try and put mine on the screen, but it was pretty fun. Just getting to see what everyone else is doing. I think that everyone in the program is like extremely talented. So if they ever see any of these videos, you're really, really good. Yeah, and then kind of hanged out with the rest of the class for a little bit after. But yeah, I'm finally done for now. Because if I want to go next year, then I need to try and get a course in the summer for the one that I got gammed out of. But yeah, I'm done. This year felt extremely quick. So yeah, kind of happy to be done. I feel a little more relieved than happy, honestly. But yeah, I might never see those people again, which kind of sucks because everyone was really nice. I think I was a little too focused on my own stuff and work to actually get close to anyone. And I knew that would happen, so yeah, I kind of did that to myself. I really didn't want to be behind on anything, so I kind of just didn't talk to anyone. Which it didn't really work out the best, but like, you know, if I'm here next year, I'm sure everyone will be around somewhere. So if I see them, I'll see them. And if they see this video, hello. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I think I'll try and go to the gym with my friend today or tomorrow, but you guys will know. And that's pretty much all I have. I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh my god.
Alright. Voiceover. I was just drawing this late. I wanted to try and change up my art style a little bit and just try some new things like what I learned in class and just how to make my art look a little different. So yeah, that's all I did for this. But the reference that I had was Jeff Hardy because I just thought that he looked really, really cool with his face paint. And if you don't know who Jeff Hardy is, you're missing out. He's an older WWE wrestler. He's not there anymore, but when he was just an insane daredevil, and I feel like he was the first wrestler that I really knew about properly, and it kind of got me into wrestling a little bit more, just watching him wrestle because he just do the most insane stuff ever. And yeah, he's an artist too. He does a lot of face paint, so if you see by the end of this, if his eyes look a little weird, it's because he painted eyes on his eyelids. So I kind of wanted to mimic that as well, but yeah, I think it's really cool that even though he does like insane stunts in wrestling and stuff, he also makes art. I think that that's really cool. This was pretty much just copying a reference and putting it in my own style a little bit, and then adding what I learned from my other classes over the year. So I think it turned out all right. But I might go back and fix a few things. I don't know yet. I also wanted the thumbnail to kind of be related to this weekend. If you don't know, it's WrestleMania, which I watched the first night with my friend. It was very fun. And if he comes out the day after, I'm gonna lose my mind, but it's very unlikely. So I don't know yet. But yeah, this is my first WrestleMania that I'm watching live, and I'm very excited. If you have some time, maybe you can watch it live or just rewatch it, because I think they just posted after, since it's on Netflix. But it's very entertaining, so if you have time to watch it and kind of learn about the storylines, I think it's really easy to just get invested in the characters that they make, and it's just so entertaining. I feel like I've been talking about the WWE recently a lot on this channel, but I think that's just something that I've been very interested in lately. But I think it is interesting to get into it now because I can kind of get behind the story a little more and have my own input. And I think if I was watching Jeff Hardy back when I was a little kid, I'd probably like jump off a roof and break my neck by accident. So maybe it's better that I'm watching it now than when I was younger. I think if you look at Jeff's art style with face paint, it's also kind of abstract, but it's so vibrant and so colorful, especially because it has to show through when he's wrestling, because he also wears it while he's wrestling. And I think that that's just a huge part of his character, and I wouldn't say that I'm paying homage to it, but I think that that's definitely an inspiration, just being able to express yourself with art. I think that that's one of the main reasons that I like to make art, is to just create a form of expression and kind of get a reaction out of people that can just make them feel a type of way. But I don't know if I'd say Jeff is one of my inspirations for how I make art, because his style is a lot different than mine, but I think that meeting him one day would be awesome. Not just because I'm a wrestling fan, but also I am an art fan. I think this video is gonna end up being pretty short. Half of it, I think, is just gonna be towards Jeff Hardy. This is how it turned out in the end, and I think it's pretty close to the reference, and I'm still happy with what I made in the end.
Are you sure?
I couldn't find anywhere to record, but it was so nice outside, so I might just try and do my questions while I'm walking. My first question is, what is something that made you feel relieved? And I said it at the start of the video that I did feel relieved about school being done, so I think that that's probably number one for me. I think that feeling relieved is such a good feeling, because usually it means that whatever you were stressing about is done, usually, and it's not something that you have to worry about anymore, and it's not something that's constantly on your mind. I think that ever since I finished school, I've kind of just been taking a break from doing anything that is really time consuming and kind of just relaxing. There's also so many people walking around right now because it's really warm outside for the first time in a while. That's pretty much all I have for the first one, but my next question is, what is a movie that changed your perspective on things? So I've watched a few movies recently. I think that's what sparked this question. But 3 that I can think of right now is Manchester by the Sea, Iron Claw, and Nightcrawler. I think that those movies are not like your typical movie. I think that their endings, like specifically the ending of the movie, kind of tells a story about how not everything has a happy ending always. And I think that you don't need to have a happy ending to tell a good story. So I think that those movies really kind of told that. And specifically Manchester by the Sea, I watched it like a while ago, so I don't really remember the whole story. But the ending to that movie just felt like something was missing, but not in a bad way. It just felt like it was just the end of the story, and we don't really know what happens to the main character. It kind of just leaves us on edge a little bit. And I really like the movie, even though it's not usually what I would watch, but I think it was really good. And then Iron Claw was the most recent one that I watched, which is about wrestling. Funny enough, I think this video is literally just about professional wrestling. Yeah, that was also really good, and knowing that it was based off of a true story makes it that much more, I guess, captivating and just immersive, knowing that that's really someone's life story. Like, that's really what happened to them. And Nightcrawler, I think, is probably one of the more thrilling out of all of these, just because the character, the main guy, shout out Jake Gyllenhaal, I love all his movies. He just plays like a maniac in this movie, like it's crazy. His character will literally do whatever it takes to get to his goal, even at the expense of others. And then I wouldn't say that the ending is really happy. If you know what happens, it's not really that happy, but for him, he gets what he wants. So that also tells a really interesting story. This is a pretty good spot. I mean, I don't know what my pants are gonna look like after, but it's pretty nice. This is like spring, so when it's summer, it's gonna look really, really nice. So I might try and come back for that, but that's pretty much the end of the video. This one is gonna be really short, I think, so sorry about that. But yeah, it just went on a little walk and talked about Jeff Hardy pretty much. Anyway, thank you so much if you watched up to this point, and remember to stay hydrated.